Quand tu dis je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît, c'est quoi je voudrais? It's a silly question, but real question. Je voudrais, c'est quoi? C'est quel temps? What's the conjugation tense here? That's such a basic sentence, but what's actually the conjugation behind this? Je voudrais. C'est quoi je voudrais? Quand je dis j'aimerais aller à la Tour Eiffel, c'est quoi j'aimerais? What's j'aimerais? What's actually the conjugation of j'aimerais? This is what we are going to talk about today. On va parler du conditionnel. This is going to be a long video, I think. So make yourself comfortable, okay? You should take a pen and paper to do all the exercises. Put the video in full screen as always. Remove the distractions if you want to get the best out of this video. And also a prerequisite to learn about conditionnel, like we are going to do. You must be already comfortable with futur simple et passé composé, at least, okay? Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense. Like, don't try to go too fast. If you're not comfortable with futur simple et passé composé, what I'm going to explain to you today will not make any sense. Okay? C'est parti. First of all, I will explain to you the logic, okay, the mindset to understand what is conditionnel. Then we're going to review the conjugation and a lot of examples of when to actually use conditionnel. And then something super easy will be the conditionnel passé, all right, how to use conditionnel in the past tense, which is extremely easy once you understand the présent, because it's almost the same. Okay? C'est parti. On commence tout de suite avec la logique. So, what is conditionnel? To understand what is conditionnel, you have to understand the difference in French between un mode et un temps. I talked about this a lot, and it is very frustrating for me to see that a lot of students don't understand this difference. Okay? So, when you say je mange des fraises, c'est quoi? C'est du présent, hein? Je mange. C'est du présent normal. This is regular present tense. But you may have noticed, I think, that a lot of times, the présent, we also call it présent de l'indicatif. So, did you ever wonder what is this indicatif we are talking about? What is présent de l'indicatif? When I say j'ai mangé des fraises, j'ai mangé, c'est quoi? C'est du passé composé. Hein? And by right, believe it or not, but if I wanted to be super strict, I should call it passé composé de l'indicatif. Same, quand je dis je mangerai des fraises, je mangerai, c'est du futur simple, hein? You know these tenses. Hein? Pareil, futur simple, I should say futur simple de l'indicatif. So actually, that's what I want to show you. What we call le présent, le passé composé, l'imparfait, le futur simple, maybe you've seen already le plus que parfait also. All of these are tenses. Ce sont des temps. And all these tenses, they belong to the same family of tense that we call indicatif. This family of tense is what we call un mode en français. Donc, l'indicatif, c'est un mode. Le présent, le passé composé, l'imparfait, etc., ce sont des temps. Why is it different? Because you have a lot of présent in French. You have présent de l'indicatif, you have présent du subjonctif, you have présent du conditionnel, etc. So, each different mode has a présent, a passé, etc., etc. So, how many modes are there in French? Well, there are 4 modes in French. Indicatif, subjonctif, conditionnel et impératif. I like to think about modes like parallel dimensions or planets. Okay, this is just how my brain works personally. So it might look very abstract to you right now, but stick with me and I think you will understand. Remember this idea that indicatif, subjonctif, conditionnel, impératif are something like different dimensions or different planets or different worlds. Okay? And it will become obvious in a minute. Premièrement, l'indicatif. Okay? L'indicatif, like I told you, is this family of things. And l'indicatif is the mode that we use to talk about things happening in the real world, the real things. Okay? Quand je dis je mange des fraises, this is happening in real life. It's real. I'm eating strawberries. Okay? Quand je dis j'ai mangé des fraises, it's in the past, yes, but it's still in the real world. Like I really ate some strawberries. This happened in the real world. This is the reality. Quand je dis je mangerai des fraises, I will eat strawberries. Even though this is in the future, even though it didn't happen yet, it will still happen in the real world when it will happen. Okay? L'indicatif is really the mode for all the tenses describing things happening in the real world. Okay? The second big mode of French is subjunctif. So there is a full video, a full guide about subjunctif already. So I don't go into detail here, but subjunctif is another mode with other tenses that we use to describe things that don't happen in the real world. They happen in imaginary world, something like this. And then we have our third mode, the one that we are interested today, conditionnel. Okay. So, conditionnel is a mode with three tenses, présent, passé, et passé. So there are two passé, but one of the two passé, we never use it, so I will not even talk about it in this video. This is an old tense that is completely irrelevant to you. So I want you to focus on the fact that we have conditionnel présent et conditionnel passé. For now, that's it. Okay? So, conditionnel, remember, conditionnel, it in itself is a mode. And in this mode, you have two temps. You have présent du conditionnel et passé du conditionnel. Just like you have présent de l'indicatif, passé composé de l'indicatif, imparfait de l'indicatif, etc. Let's look at an example. Si j'étais riche, j'achèterais une maison. So, if I was rich, I would buy a house. So, this guy right here, he's imagining himself being rich, okay? So, this one is really, si j'étais riche, okay? So, he's imagining, wow, if I was rich, okay? So, this is in his imagination. Then, if I was rich, what would I do? I would buy a house. So you have this idea that for this to be true, j'achèterai une maison. Before this can be true, first you need to have a condition that is met. You have to meet a condition. The condition is if I was rich. What do you think about when you hear the word condition? You think of condition, le conditionnel. Le conditionnel is the mode to express things that would become true under a certain condition. Obviously, it's very abstract when I say it like this, but basically, that's the main idea. Obviously, it's more complicated than this, but this is just the main idea. When I say, si j'étais riche, j'achèterais une maison, well, I use conditionnel because I have a condition first. The condition is to be rich. If I was rich, then I would buy a house. That's why I use conditionnel. In this video, whenever I say conditionnel, usually what I mean is conditionnel présent. Only at the end of the video, we are going to talk about the past. So, when you see this right here, you could be thinking, wait, in the first slide, we saw this example. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît. So, I would like a coffee, please. There's no condition here. Why are we using conditionnel when we are asking something politely, if there is no condition? Well, be ready because I'm going to show you something that will maybe blow your mind, which is that you do have a condition. You do. What is s'il vous plaît? S'il vous plaît, in your mind, maybe you translate it as please, but s'il vous plaît really is si il vous plaît. S'il is just the contraction of si il, which means if you were to translate it literally, s'il vous plaît means like if it pleases you, if you are okay with this, if you please, okay? So when you say je voudrais un café s'il vous plaît, it's like if it pleases you, then I would like a coffee. So we are exactly in the same case of having a condition to be met. And that is why you use le conditionnel to speak in a very polite way. We are going to see more examples later. Okay? I'm really proud about this slide. Okay, that's it for the logic. I hope you get the logic. Do not worry if this is still abstract in your mind. We are going to look at so many examples that it will become clearer to you. But first, let's see the conjugation. So, what are the steps to conjugate a verb at conditionnel? It's very easy. First of all, so let's take, for example, le verbe manger, to eat, okay? What you do is, first, you conjugate the verb at futur simple. Donc, manger au futur simple, c'est quoi? You should know this, because you should know futur simple already. Je mangerai, tu mangeras, il mangera, nous mangerons, vous mangerez, elles mangeront. So, you remember that futur simple is created by taking l'infinitif, manger, and then at the end of l'infinitif, you add the endings of futur simple. Okay? Here you can see le verbe manger. Then, once I have this, what do? I look at these endings here of the futur simple, donc AI, AS, A, ONS, EZ, ONT. I remove them and I replace them by the endings of imparfait. Do you remember? The endings of imparfait are AIS, AIS, AIT, IONS, IEZ, et AIENT. So you remove these endings right here and you replace them by the endings of imparfait. Okay? And that's what you get. You can repeat after me. Je mangerai, tu mangerais, il mangerait, nous mangerions, vous mangeriez, elle mangerait. Okay? Très bien. Now, you might be maybe thinking that actually I just take the infinitive of the verb and I put the ending of imparfait at the end. If this is easier for your brain to think about it like this, then just go for it. Just think about it like this. But you will have to keep in mind that all the verbs irréguliers, all the special cases, all the special spellings will be the same than for future simple. That's why, on the long run, I do think that it's more interesting to think about it as a twist on future simple. Okay? And that's it. That's all you have to do. By the way, it's very interesting that conditionnel is created from future simple, because when you talk at conditionnel, you are expressing something that might kind of happen, you know? So it's logical that it's a twist on the future. It's kind of like future is for the things that should really happen in the real world, and conditionnel is a small twist because now you are in the domain of uncertainty. Okay? That's it. So if you want, you can pause the video here and really convince yourself that, okay, this is really manger with the imparfait endings. Here's the summary. So we have the endings of imparfait for the verb manger. Par exemple, si Tom était là, il mangerait tout. If Tom was here, he would eat everything. So you can see that the world in which Tom is eating everything is not the real world. The world in which Tom is eating everything is like a parallel dimension in which Tom is here. Because right now, Tom is not here. That's why I say, if Tom was here, then he would eat everything. That's the idea of conditionnel. The actions happening in conditionnel, they happen under a certain condition. Okay? Un autre exemple, le verbe aimer. Tu peux répéter après moi. J'aimerais, tu aimerais, il aimerait, nous aimerions, vous aimeriez, elles aimeraient. Ok? Par exemple, il aimerait leur parler. So imagine you have two guys talking. One of them, he's very shy. He would like to talk to them, but he's very shy. It's like if he had more courage, he would love to talk to them. Il aimerait leur parler. He would like to talk to them. But, you know, the world in which he talks to them is not the real world. It's in his mind because in real life, he's too shy to talk to them. But he would like to talk to them. Il aimerait leur parler. Okay? Un autre exemple. Okay. Now, 3 very important things to note. Number 1, like I told you, all the verbs irréguliers, all the special case and special spellings and everything are the same than for future proche. Okay? Just to give you an example, these are the 4 most famous verbs irréguliers. You have way more than this, but these are the most famous. So they are just the same. Okay? Je serai, j'aurai, j'irai, je ferai. I don't spend too much time on this because you should already be familiar with future simple, like I told you. It doesn't make sense to try to learn about conditionnel if you're not comfortable with future simple. Okay? If you ever wonder about a verb, is it regular or irregular, you just do like we do in France. You go to Google and you write like savoir conditionnel, and then it will give you the conjugation. That like don't feel bad about doing this. Numéro 2. It is very common to mistake futur proche et conditionnel. Pourquoi? Why is it so common to mistake them? Because and this is so dumb when you think about it, because they sound exactly the same. Je mangerai, je mangerai. When you speak, there is no difference between these two sentences. You can only make the difference when you write, because conditionnel has a S, futur proche has no S. But anyway, you don't hear the S. So, je mangerai, je mangerai. Why is it important? Because you shouldn't mix the two of them. Par exemple, j'irai et j'irai. J'irai au futur proche is like I will go. J'irai au conditionnel is under the domain of a condition. It's like I would go, something like this. Par exemple, j'irai au Brésil en mai 2025. So, j'irai without a S is futur proche. This is happening in the real world. I will go to Brazil in May 2025. Mais j'irai au conditionnel. Par exemple, j'irai bien à la piscine. It's like, oh yeah, I would go to the swimming pool. I would like to go to the swimming pool, you know? Oh, j'irai bien à la piscine. I would love to go to the swimming pool, but I'm lazy. Okay? So these are really expressing different kind of ideas. The trick is that you cannot hear the difference. So always be careful about this. Finally, the pronunciation for nous et vous. You have noticed that it sounds very similar between futur simple and conditionnel, mais au conditionnel, pour nous et pour vous, you have this I. So I want you to repeat after me. Nous mangerons, nous mangerions. You have to pronounce this I. If you don't pronounce this I, you're talking about futur simple. Okay? And you don't want to be mixing the two of them. Vous mangerez, vous mangeriez. One more time. nous mangerons, nous mangerions. Vous mangerez, vous mangeriez. Ok? Pourrez-vous, pourriez-vous. Pourrez, pourriez. One last time. Pourrez, pourriez. Pourrez-vous, pourriez-vous. Très bien. On peut faire tout de suite un exercice. So we can do an exercise. Tu dois juste conjuguer les verbes au conditionnel. C'est tout. Tu peux mettre la vidéo en pause ici. You can pause the video here, take your pen and paper et conjuguer les verbes. C'est bon? On regarde. Si je gagnais au loto, j'achèterais une Porsche. So, if I won the lotto, I would buy a Porsche. Si tu m'aidais, nous finirions plus vite. If you help me, we would finish faster. S'ils avaient du temps, ils viendraient me rendre visite en février. If they had time, they would come visit me in February. S'il faisait beau, vous pourriez aller dans le parc. If the weather was nice, you could go to the park. Si tu faisais attention, tu ne casserais pas les verres. If you were careful, you wouldn't break the glasses. Je pensais que tu serais à la maison dimanche. Oh, I thought you would be home on Sunday. Elle voudrait un nouveau vélo. She would like a new bicycle. Selon les sondages, les Français boiraient plus de vin que les Allemands. According to the statistics, French people would drink, apparently, more wine than the German people. Est-ce que vous pourriez fermer la porte? Could you please close the door? David croyait que nous prendrions l'avion. So, David believed that we would take the plane. Très bien. Maintenant, le gros sujet. Quand utiliser le conditionnel? Donc, écoute, maintenant, on va juste regarder beaucoup d'exemples. Okay? Please remember that what I'm about to show you are only examples. It's just the theory. Okay? So, learning how to conjugate and everything is absolutely necessary for you to use conditionnel, and you cannot avoid it. But it is only 50% of the work. As I always say, the rest of the work is really practicing conversation, listening to French, watching movies, talking to people, etc., etc. And you will only get a real feeling of when to use conditionnel by getting used to speaking to people, listening to French, etc., etc., etc. So you really have to make it a daily habit of listening to French resources, watching French movies, talking to some people in French, listening to conversations, etc. Okay? But for the theory, okay, don't panic. I am going to show you 8 cases in which we use conditionnel, but don't panic. Most of them are really, really similar. This is just an excuse to review examples, okay? So don't panic when you see this. It's less complicated than you think. On commence tout de suite par parler d'une condition. To talk about a condition. So this is the most obvious case in which you are going to use conditionnel. These are the sentences with like si, just like we saw at the beginning. This is very easy because the si, nya, 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 then, nya, 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 it's like the condition is explicit in these sentences, thanks to the si. So it's actually very easy to know that you should be using conditionnel. What is the grammar of these sentences? Okay. Si j'étais riche, j'achèterais une maison. If I was rich, I would buy a house. So like I told you, the condition being rich needs to be met for me to buy a house. S'il pleuvait, nous ne sortirions pas. So if it was raining, we would not go out. Okay. So I don't know if it's raining, but if it was raining, if the condition raining was met, then we would not go out. Okay. The grammar of these sentences goes like this. Si imparfait, then conditionnel. Okay. That's exactly what you have here. Si j'étais riche, j'achèterais une maison. If a verb at imparfait, then conditionnel. That's just how we write these sentences to see that if blah 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 blah, then blah blah blah. Same goes here. Hein? S'il pleuvait, nous ne sortirions pas. If it was raining, we wouldn't go out. So I want you to do this exercise. Tu peux mettre la vidéo en pause ici et conjuguer les phrases. Donc à chaque fois, il y a un verbe à l'imparfait et un verbe au conditionnel. Be careful. Keep in mind that it is si imparfait. So si et imparfait go together. But the part of the sentence with si imparfait can be the latest part of the sentence. But si imparfait needs to be together and the result is conditionnel. What I mean is that in some sentences, the verb at conditionnel can be before the verb at imparfait, as long as imparfait goes with si. Ok. Vas-y, tu peux mettre en pause. C'est bon? On regarde. Si le professeur était absent, nous n'aurions pas de devoirs. If the teacher was absent, we wouldn't have homeworks. Si mon ami avait la cassette vidéo, on pourrait regarder le film ce soir. If my friend had the VHS tape, we could watch the movie tonight. Si j'allais en ville, je t'achèterai les timbres dont tu as besoin. If I went to the city center, I could buy the timbre that you need. I don't know how to say timbre in English. Mon père resterait à la maison s'il ne travaillait pas à la banque. So my father would stay at home if he didn't work in the bank. Le chauffeur de taxi gagnerait plus d'argent s'il ne devait pas rouler lentement en ville. The taxi driver would earn more money if he didn't have to drive slowly in the city. Si la maison ne coûtait pas si cher, nous l'achèterions sans doute. If the house was not so expensive, we would buy it without a doubt. Si je recevais plus d'argent de poche, je mettrais davantage d'argent à la banque. If I received more pocket money, then I would put more money in the bank. Très bien. Maintenant, so in this case, the condition was explicit because you had si in the sentences. No, it's not always the case. For example, you can use conditionnel to express that something might be possible. In this context, it's very, very, very common to use the verb pouvoir. You can repeat after me. Pouvoir au conditionnel. Je pourrais, tu pourrais, il, elle, on pourrait, nous pourrions, vous pourriez, il ou elle pourrait. Ok, très bien. Par exemple, on fait quoi ce soir? Je sais pas, on pourrait aller au ciné. So, what should we do tonight? I don't know, we could go to the theater. Okay? So, it's a possibility. Here, the condition is not explicit. You don't have a si in the sentence, but you have like a implicit si. When you say, I don't know, we could go to the theater. It's something like, if we wanted to, we could go to the theater. It's something like this. Je vais courir demain matin. Tu pourrais venir avec moi. I am going to run tomorrow morning. You could come with me. You could go with me. Tu pourrais venir avec moi. I am expressing a possibility. But in this sentence, you could come with me. Tu pourrais venir avec moi. At the same time, it's kind of like the girl, maybe she wants her friend to come with her. So you can use also conditionnel to say that you wish for something. To say that you would like something. Okay? And in this case, it's very common to use the verb aimer. Tu peux répéter après moi. j'aimerais, tu aimerais, il, elle, on aimerait, nous aimerions, vous aimeriez, il ou elle aimerait. Très bien. Par exemple, je vais courir demain matin, j'aimerais que tu viennes avec moi. I will go run tomorrow morning. I would love that you come with me. Okay? I would like that you come with me. J'aimerais que tu viennes avec moi. Mon frère fait du sport tous les jours. Il aimerait être musclé. My brother do some exercise every day. He would like to be muscular. Okay? Il aimerait, être musclé. Je vais courir demain matin, j'aimerais que tu viennes avec moi. I go back to this example to show you that when she says, j'aimerais que tu viennes avec moi, like I would like that you come with me, maybe in a way, she's kind of giving an advice to her friend. You know, like, you should come with me. How to say you should come with me? Then it is very common to use the verb devoir au conditionnel. Par exemple, je devrais, tu devrais, il, elle, on devrait, nous devrions, vous devriez, il ou elle devrait. Par exemple, je vais courir demain matin, tu devrais venir avec moi. I will go run tomorrow morning, you should come with me. Tu devrais venir avec moi. So we use conditionnel to give an advice like this. You should do this, you should do that. Tu devrais venir avec moi. Tu connais Paul? Sa femme est enceinte. Il devrait arrêter de fumer. So, do you know Paul? I can imagine the two women are talking about Paul. C'est lui. Tu connais Paul? Sa femme c'est elle. Sa femme est enceinte. Enceinte, she's pregnant. Sa femme est enceinte. Il devrait arrêter de fumer. He should quit smoking. He should stop smoking. Ok? Et nous devrions arrêter de parler dans le dos des gens. And us, we should stop. Nous devrions arrêter. We should stop talking in people's back. So it's a nice expression. Parler dans le dos de quelqu'un means to talk in someone's back. Okay. Très bien. On peut également utiliser le conditionnel in a more generic case to just take a guess about something, to kind of imagine something. Par exemple, peut-être que tu serais moins stressé si tu changeais de travail. Maybe you would be less stressed if you changed work, if you changed your job. Et ici, je retrouve le si imparfait. Si imparfait, then conditionnel. Tu penses que je devrais inviter Marie et Lucie? Do you think I should invite Marie et Lucie? Okay, maybe a guy is organizing a party and he's wondering who should I invite? Oui, je pense qu'elles seraient contentes. Okay? Yes, I think they would be happy. They would be glad that you invite them. So here I'm really guessing something, you know? I'm putting all these examples to kind of give you a feeling of in which context we use conditionnel. Then we can also use conditionnel to talk about something completely imaginary, pure imagination. For example, si j'étais un animal, je serais un aigle. If I was an animal, I would be an eagle. Okay? Here, once again, I find the structure si imparfait, then conditionnel. Okay? Always the same. But here I use it to talk about something completely imaginary. If I was an animal, I would be an eagle. Je serais un aigle. Très bien. And finally, like we have seen in the very first slide, I use conditionnel whenever I want to sound extra polite. Par exemple, je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît. When you go to a restaurant or a cafe in France, you don't say je veux. It's like I want a coffee, and it sounds very, very rude, very, very impolite. whenever you are ordering something, for example, you always use conditionnel to be polite and to be respectful. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît. Or maybe you are asking for direction to someone in the street. Pourriez-vous m'aider? It's like, could you help me? Okay. Pourriez-vous m'aider? So same, I'm trying to sound extra polite because I'm asking for help to someone that I don't know. Okay. Très bien. On peut faire deux autres exercices. Let's do final exercises before moving on to conditionnel passé. Donc, voici un texte sur les conseils d'une amie. Je voudrais que tu conjugues tous les verbes au conditionnel. Tu peux mettre en pause ici et conjuguer tous les verbes au conditionnel. C'est bon? On regarde. Si j'étais à ta place, j'arrêterais de travailler tout le temps. Je rentrerai chez moi, je me ferai couler un bon bain chaud. Ensuite, je prendrai rendez-vous chez le coiffeur et je lui demanderai de me faire une nouvelle tête. J'irai aussi magasiner et j'achèterai de nouveaux vêtements. Je téléphonerai à mes amis et je les inviterai à sortir. Je fréquenterai les beaux restaurants de la ville et je goûterai de nouveaux plats. Enfin, je cesserai de prendre le taxi et je marcherai à tous les jours pour garder la ligne. À mon avis, ta vie serait plus agréable. And sorry, there's a small mistake. À tous les jours doesn't mean anything. Je marcherai tous les jours. There shouldn't be a here. My mistake. I took this exercise from a Quebec website. You can see the source below here. You can see the source below here. And so one thing that is interesting, here is the source of the exercise, is the word magasiner that only exists in Quebec and doesn't exist in France. So maybe you don't know this word. Magasiner means faire du shopping, okay, to do some shopping. Très bien. Pay attention to the fact that in the beginning I say, si j'étais à ta place, if I was in your place, and then once I have said this, si j'étais à ta place, donc imparfait, then all the rest is conditional, because all of this is what I would do if I was in your place. Très bien. Dernier exercice. Est-ce que tu crois qu'elle ouvrira une boutique? Oui, on m'a dit qu'elle ouvrirait une boutique. I want you to answer these questions just like in the example. Okay? So you convert the future simple into the conditionnel, which is what we do when we say that someone told me that something would happen. Okay? Oui, on m'a dit qu'elle ouvrirait une boutique. So yeah, someone told me that she would open a store. C'est bon? Très bien. Tu crois qu'il se souviendra de nous? Oui, on m'a dit qu'il se souviendrait de nous. Tu crois que nous recevrons le premier prix? Oui, on m'a dit que nous recevrions le premier prix. Tu crois qu'ils serviront des canapés? Oui, on m'a dit qu'ils serviraient des canapés. Canapé is something that you eat when you do like a cocktail, something like this. Tu crois qu'elle courra le marathon? Oui, on m'a dit qu'elle courrait le marathon. Tu crois qu'il lui offrira un bijou? Oui, on m'a dit qu'il lui offrirait un bijou. Très bien. The process of converting futur simple into conditionnel présent is what we call le discours rapporté. I am saying that someone told me that something would happen. We have a lesson about this in the Road to B1 course that you can find on my website. Last but not least, to mention an uncertain fact. To talk about this one, I want to move to le conditionnel passé. So, we have just seen le conditionnel présent. You will see that le conditionnel passé is very easy if you understand the conditionnel présent. So, as long as conditionnel présent is still okay in your mind, conditionnel passé should be fine. The goal of conditionnel passé is to express exactly the same kind of uncertainty than conditionnel présent, but in the past. That's it. That there's no more to it than this. How to create it? To mention, for example, I will use this as an example, to mention an uncertain fact. Imagine that there is a concert. Okay. But suddenly, the concert is cancelled because the singer of the band had an accident. Donc, le concert est annulé, le chanteur a eu un accident. The concert is cancelled, the singer had an accident. I know it's true because I say le chanteur a eu un accident. So, a eu, c'est quoi? Le chanteur a eu un accident. Le chanteur a eu, c'est du passé composé. Hein. C'est du passé composé. Le sujet, c'est le chanteur. Then I have l'auxiliaire avoir au présent a. And then le participe passé. Here it's the participe passé of the verb avoir. When I say le chanteur a eu un accident, I am using passé composé because this is a real information. When I say le chanteur a eu un accident, I'm sure of myself. I really think that's true and that's happened in the real world. That's why I'm using passé composé. But what if I'm not sure? What if I want to say something like, yeah, I heard that the singer would have had an accident, you know, something like this, but I heard it, but who knows? I'm not so sure. Then how would I say? I would use le conditionnel passé, which is exactly the same than passé composé, but this time, l'auxiliaire être ou avoir, I conjugate it au conditionnel présent. That's it. That's all. That's all there is to it. So you take regular passé composé, and instead of conjugating être ou avoir au présent, you conjugate it to conditionnel. So can you pause the video here and convert this sentence into conditionnel passé? There is only one word to change. C'est bon? Eh ben on va dire le chanteur aurait eu un accident. The singer would have had an accident, something like this. And in this sentence, there is really an idea that I heard this. Someone told me this. I'm not sure, but I heard it. So when I say no, le concert est annulé, le chanteur aurait eu un accident, it's really the concert is cancelled, and I know this is true because I am at the concert. I was supposed to go, but it's cancelled. So I know the concert is cancelled. That's why I'm using indicatif. But why is it cancelled? I don't know. But I heard that le chanteur aurait eu un accident. I heard this. I don't know if that's true, but I heard it. Okay? Imagine two friends talking about some childhood memories, like school memories. Okay? Maybe at the time they had a friend called Julie, and now they are talking about their old friend Julie. And they say, tu te souviens de Julie? Do you remember Julie? Elle aurait eu un enfant l'année dernière. So she would have had a child last year. What does it mean? What it means is, I heard that she had a child last year, but I'm not sure. I don't really know. I'm not sure about it. Okay? That's it. That's how we use conditionnel passé. Okay? So you can see that it's exactly the same kind of uncertainty than for the present, but no, in the past, because this is last year. Okay? J'ai entendu que vous auriez gagné. Imagine, for example, I have a friend who plays a big competition. And now I call him and I talk to him about his team. I say, wow, I heard that you won. But I'm not sure, like, it's like I wasn't there and the information that I have is not 100% sure. I heard it, but I'm not so sure. It's like, I heard that you won. Is it true? J'ai entendu que vous auriez gagné. I heard that you won. J'ai entendu que vous auriez gagné. Ça va? Très bien. If you are wondering about the conjugation, how to choose between être et avoir, here. How to make the participe passé. How to accorder the participe passé. How to conjugate the verb pronominaux, etc., etc. I'm sure you know what I'm about to tell you. It is exactly the same than passé composé. Okay? It's the same for passé composé, it's the same for plus que parfait, it's the same for conditionnel passé, etc. Because they are all built on the same foundation. They are all the same tenses. It's just that we change the way to conjugate l'auxiliaire. That's it. So I don't go into the rules because you should know all the rules of passé composé. If you are learning about conditionnel passé, you should be absolutely comfortable with passé composé first. Let's do the thing in the right order. On peut faire un dernier exercice. So we can do one last exercise. I would like you to conjugate these verbs at conditionnel passé. So you can pause the video here and conjugate the sentences. C'est bon? On regarde. Avec un peu plus d'études, j'aurais réussi l'examen. So it's like if I studied a bit more, with just a bit more studying, I would have passed the exam. Sans l'argent que tu m'as prêté, je n'aurais pas pu aller à l'épicerie. Without the money that you gave me, I wouldn't have been able to go to the store. Sans tes petites notes, tu aurais oublié les courses à faire. Without your little notes, you would have forgotten the groceries to make. Si nous n'avions pas eu d'argent comptant, nous aurions payé avec une carte. So we would have paid with a credit card if we didn't have the cash. Sans votre aide, ils auraient été dans une situation délicate. Without your help, they would have been in a tricky situation. Est-ce que vous n'auriez pas trouvé un téléphone cellulaire? By any chance, did you find a cell phone? Il est très tard. Elle aurait dû arriver il y a des heures. It's very late. She should have had arrived hours ago. Sans cette pluie qui ne cesse de tomber, nous nous serions amusés. Without this rain that just keeps on raining, we would have had some fun. Verbe pronominal. Je serais allé avec vous si vous me l'aviez proposé. I would have went with you if you had proposed me, if you have offered me to do so. En cherchant davantage, nous aurions découvert le trésor. If we had looked further, we would have found the treasure. Ok? Très bien. That's it for this conditionnel passé. Congratulations if you have reached this point of this full guide on conditionnel. I really hope that this was helpful for you. We study conditionnel more in detail in the A2 a little bit, and especially in the B1 course that are available on my website for you to study by yourself at home in a proper and structured way. So you can go check this. The link is in the description if you are interested. In the meantime, je te dis ciao mon pote, bisous et à bientôt.